check out this awesome lighting. I did not plan this, but I look all angelic and stuff, and so I'm going to work that in this video. I'm going to say that, like, I'm divinely inspired right now, and that's the reason for this halo lighting. The fingers don't help. Anyway, this is Nathara, and I'm here with another video for you. The next video on my list I want to talk about is clients, and this video is targeted more to you readers out there, especially those of you who are on the hotlines. I'm kind of a big dork because I tend to, I don't know, y'all know I've been at this whole like psychic reader thing for a really long time. I've been in the community for, gosh, how old am I? 30. I've been in the community for 32 years. So I'm at least that old. I know y'all thought I was 12, but I'm not. I've been in the community for 32 years, and I look remarkably young. So I'm kind of familiar with the concerns readers have, and I'm kind of familiar with the concerns that clients have, because I've talked to a lot of people on both sides of the fence. And I started young, so when people assume that you don't know anything, they talk more, which is convenient, you know, sometimes. And the thing is that when you're a reader, you know who you are. You know how honest you are and what your reputation is. And when someone treats you like a scammer, you're like, how fucking dare they come to me and act like I'm a scammer right here, like right now. They don't even know me, like how dare they, right? But, and let's get like a little political right now, right? So us women deal with the same thing with guys, right? We have to pretend that, like when we're around guys we don't know, we protect ourselves and we are aware of what's going on around us. But we have to do it on the DL, because if guys realize we're being all protective and like cautious of them, they're gonna be all like, what the hell, you don't even know me, well, how are you distrusting me right now? I haven't even done anything yet, right? So it's like the same feeling, but the problem is that there are scammers out there, so our clients are automatically protecting themselves because they've been taken advantage of, and if they haven't been taken advantage of themselves, they have had friends taken advantage of, or they've heard stories, or if you look up psychics on Ripoff Report, you'll hear a lot of things. And I don't know about you guys, but 2020 has done like a million exposés on scam artist psychics, and oh, what's that guy, Randy, James Randi, right? He set out to discredit psychics for like a really long time. He had like some kind of $1 million challenge that nobody, I mean he's dead now, but he had like a $1 million challenge where if any psychic could, in a scientific experiment that he set up, prove that they weren't a scammer, they would win $1 million, and nobody. And not available anymore. The Randi Foundation has taken that challenge down. So the famous scientist has ranted and raved about how psychics are scammers. Miss Cleo had to go to court because she was scamming people. I mean, in all fairness, she went to court because the people who owned Miss Cleo's psychic lines represented that you were going to talk to Miss Cleo when you called, and then you just talked to some random person instead. So that's what she got sued over, instead of like being sued over being a fake psychic. But people didn't get that detail. It's kind of like the McDonald's coffee thing. People are like, oh my gosh, you burned yourself on coffee, except that they don't realize that it was like 300 degrees, and that was ridiculously against the law for McDonald's to do. So you know, those little nuanced details nobody listens to. And the whole cliche of the psychic scammer is pretty standard in our society, so it's not any wonder that our clients are worried about it, right? So when they come to us and they're all super suspicious and they're playing test the psychic and stuff, they're not just amusing themselves. They're genuinely concerned that we're going to steal their money. So for you, you're like, how dare they waste my minute and 20 seconds? But for them, they just spent a minute and 20 seconds, felt like they didn't get anything for it, in order to protect the money they were going to spend. Now for me, I charge $4.99 a minute, so they saved themselves like, I don't know, $6 or something by doing so. So that makes sense to me why they would want to do that. And not to mention the fact that they're going through some kind of emotional whatever, that they feel like they're not, they're vulnerable emotionally. So it makes sense that they would be motivated to protect themselves by testing you, or like, you know, trying to figure out if you're the real deal or something. So if you come in and you feel like they're testing you, are there any women around him? And you're like, no, there's no women around him. And then they're like, ha, he's married. Like, that's why they're doing that. They're not just doing it to mess with you. They are scared and they are protecting themselves. So I know it's frustrating because it irritates the heck out of me too. Like, I'm super annoyed when that happens. But you know, I sympathize with them because they're the ones that are hurting right now, and they're not trying to scam me. Like, they didn't get anything out of that. You know, they didn't feel any like self-righteous justice. All they felt was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't get scammed right now, you know. And so, like, if it's a minute, like, whatever, you know. Now the ones that come in and ask for a connection, those ones are a little more annoying, and I get frustrated by that. But part of that is because when I started reading online 10 years ago, a connection was actually like a valid thing that people would ask for. And the way that would work is they would come in and they would say, can you verify a connection? And what that meant was, can you tell me something that I have not told you, that I know whether or not is true, so I can see that you are connected. So usually the way you would do that is you would tell them something from their past that is information they already know. So you're not telling them anything new, you're not giving away any secrets or anything. And if what you told them was correct, then they would know you were connected, and then they could ask you the question they really want the answer to, and they would pay you to do that. But somewhere along the line, several years ago, they started morphing this connection question into trying to get free readings by asking you to verify information that they actually don't have access to verify if it's true or not, and that's how they get the free reading. So they ask you to verify something that's going to happen in the future, or something that they have no way of knowing themselves, and if they don't like the answer, or just whatever you tell them, they're like, I don't feel like you're connected, and bam, they got a free reading. So now, since that system has changed, I don't provide connections anymore. At this point, I have enough ratings that I just figure I have enough ratings, dude. Check the ratings. If you don't believe them, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to help you. But I probably, if I didn't have all those ratings behind my name, if I didn't have my reputation to fall back on, I would probably explain to them what I was willing to do. Like, yeah, I'll provide you connection, and this is the way that connection game is going to work. And if you don't agree to my system, then off you go. So, if you're a newer reader or trying to get established or something, that's the way I would handle that. But, like, I know it's easy to be in your own space. Like, this is how we're taught to be as human beings, to see things through our own eyes. But it's really helpful, especially if you're going to be a reader, to try to see the experience from the eyes of our clients. Like, you are an ethical reader, but they are not psychic, and they have no way of knowing that. And you're listed there next to some account that has 18 people running it, and some sites care, but most of them don't. Or the account was opened with one genuine person, and 3 years later they decided to start renting it out to other people to use to start making money on too, and it became unethical then, or whatever. But I mean, one of the reasons I help teach people to get onto these sites is because we need to reclaim the reputation of psychics back. As an ethical profession that people can really trust in. Even if people don't believe in psychic abilities, they can at least believe that we're genuine people who mean well and aren't just trying to make money by telling fairy tales and lies. And one of the ways we do that is by getting genuine readers onto sites, and so that's why I want people on there. Plus, down with corporate America, because that's some messed up stuff. And I'm at a park, so I can't swear. So there's lots of kids around here, and I'm trying to be very good. But yeah, so that's the thing. Like, try to have some sympathy for your clients and see where they're coming from, and just you know, reach out to them and kind of see where it is from your perspective, from their perspective. Like, if you've never had a reading done, and that's more common than you would think it is as a reader. I've had a ton of readings done, and I can tell you 97% of the readings I've had done are crap. Even coming from my friends who I love and think do good work, I think their readings are shit. So if you've never had a psychic reading from someone who doesn't know you, go into some of the community groups that are for readers, by readers, and do like a trade or something and see what other readers' readings look like. Because I know in the groups that I'm in, the ones that I favor, where you see me participating a lot, we have a different breed of reader. But go into the more general groups, the larger groups that just kind of have anybody in them, and try trading readings with those readers, and you'll see the quality that is on the hotlines normally. And then I think you'll understand a little bit more what our clients are dealing with. Okay? So I hope that gives you a little bit more sympathy and understanding where our clients come from. I mean, they're not all angels, but they're not all jerks either. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on that. So I hope that helps. All right? That's it. That's all right, CrowSong Lodge. Bye.